Have you ever wondered where the energy that powers your devices, heats your home, and lights up your nights comes from? Well, you're not alone. It's a question that has piqued the curiosity of many and driven the innovations of our modern world. We live in an age of energy, where the ability to harness and use power is fundamental to our everyday lives. From the moment we wake up to the moment we close our eyes at night, we are constantly interacting with and relying on various forms of energy. But where does this energy come from? And how is it generated? Let's take a step back and think about this. Energy resources are the juice that fuel our society. They come in many forms, and each one has its own unique story. Some of these resources have been with us since the dawn of civilization, while others are relatively new kids on the block. There's the age-old story of fossil fuels, the tale of coal, oil, and natural gas that have powered our world for centuries. Then there's the nuclear narrative, the saga of harnessing the power of the atom to light up our cities and towns. And let's not forget the renewable revolution, the story of wind, solar, and hydro energy, which are increasingly powering our future. These energy resources, each with their own strengths and weaknesses, have one thing in common. They all play a crucial role in powering our homes, cities, and ultimately, our world. It's important to understand where our energy comes from because it helps us make informed decisions about how we use it. Energy resources are not just about powering our devices or keeping us warm at night. They're about our future, our environment, and our planet. They're about making choices today that will shape the world of tomorrow. So, are you ready to unravel the energy conundrum? Are you ready to discover the stories behind the power that fuels our lives? Stick around as we delve into the depths of different energy resources and their efficiency in power plants. Take a step back in time and imagine the world millions of years ago. This is where our story of fossil fuels begins. Picture this, a world teeming with plants and animals living, thriving, and then eventually dying. Over time, their remains were covered by layers of earth and water, compressed under immense pressure and heated over millions of years. This incredible pressure cooker of geological activity transformed these ancient remains into what we now call fossil fuels: coal, oil, and natural gas. These fossil fuels have been the backbone of our energy needs for centuries. They power our homes, fuel our cars, and keep our industries humming. And it all happens in power plants where fossil fuels are burned to produce steam. This steam powers turbines, generating electricity that lights up our world. Sounds pretty efficient, right? Well, it's not quite that simple. While fossil fuels have been our go-to energy source, they come with a hefty environmental price tag. Burning fossil fuels releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming and climate change. Not to mention the air and water pollution that can harm our health and the environment. So yes, fossil fuels have played a key role in our energy story, providing us with dependable power for generations. But they're not without their drawbacks. But what if we told you there's more to the energy story than just fossil fuels? Scene script. Imagine harnessing the power of the sun right here on Earth. That's the promise of nuclear energy. Nuclear energy, it's a term that often brings to mind images of mushroom clouds and hazardous waste. But there's more to this story than meets the eye. At its heart, nuclear energy is about breaking bonds, releasing the energy stored within the atom itself. It's an energy source that, on paper, outshines many others in terms of sheer power. Consider a nuclear power plant. This isn't just a powerhouse, it's a titan of energy production. While a coal or gas plant might burn through tons of fuel, a nuclear plant needs just a few pounds of uranium to run for a day. That's a lot of bang for your buck. But what about the environment? Well, nuclear power plants don't emit carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases during operation. They're a low-carbon source of energy, which is a huge plus in our fight against climate change. But there's a catch: the waste. Nuclear waste is radioactive and it needs to be managed carefully to prevent harm to people and the environment. Efficiency, power, and a low-carbon footprint, nuclear energy has it all. But it also comes with its own set of risks and challenges. It's a powerful player, no doubt about it. Nuclear energy might be powerful, but it's not the only player in the game. What if we could power our lives without harming our planet? Welcome to the world of renewable energy. As we step into this new realm, let's first meet solar energy. The sun, our very own celestial powerhouse, showers us with ample energy every day. Solar power plants capture this energy using photovoltaic cells and convert it into electricity. They're incredibly efficient, and the best part, their fuel, sunlight, is absolutely free and abundant. Next up, we have wind energy. You've probably seen those giant wind turbines standing tall like modern-day windmills. They harness the power of the wind, converting kinetic energy into electrical power. Wind farms can generate enormous amounts of electricity, and the only thing they emit into the atmosphere is a gentle breeze. Now let's dive into the world of hydroelectric power. This method uses the force of flowing or falling water to generate electricity. From massive dams to small-scale systems, hydroelectricity is a reliable and clean source of power. It's like harnessing the energy of a river, but without the need for a fishing rod. Last but not least, we have geothermal energy. Deep beneath the Earth's crust, there's a vast reservoir of heat. Geothermal power plants tap into this natural heat source to generate electricity. It's like having a mini volcano powering your home, but without the lava. Each of these renewable energy sources has its unique strengths. They're efficient, sustainable, and compared to their fossil fuel counterparts, they have a minimal environmental impact. There's no denying that as we shift towards a cleaner and greener world, these renewable resources will play a pivotal role. But remember, the transition to renewable energy isn't just about technological innovation. It's about changing our attitudes and embracing a more sustainable lifestyle. It's about realizing that the power to shape our planet's future is, quite literally, in our hands. As we move towards a more sustainable future, these renewable energy resources are becoming more important than ever. Now that we've met our energy contenders, it's time to see how they stack up against each other. Let's start with the reigning champ, fossil fuels. They've been powering our world for centuries, but they're not without their drawbacks. These energy resources, including coal, oil, and natural gas, are non-renewable, meaning they'll eventually run out. Not to mention, their burning releases harmful greenhouse gases, contributing to global warming. Then, we have the heavyweight contender, nuclear energy. This power source is incredibly efficient, generating a massive amount of energy from a small amount of uranium. However, the downsides are just as significant. The risk of nuclear accidents, the challenge of waste disposal, and the potential for weaponization are all significant hurdles to overcome. Next, we have the rising stars of the energy world, renewables. These include solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. They're clean, abundant, and their potential is virtually limitless. But they also have their fair share of challenges. Dependency on weather conditions, land usage, and initial high cost are some of the obstacles they face. Now let's look at how these contenders measure up in terms of efficiency. In the energy world, efficiency refers to how much of the energy put into a system is actually used versus how much is lost. In this regard, nuclear energy takes the crown, with an efficiency rate of nearly 90%. Fossil fuels lag behind, with efficiencies ranging from 30 to 50%. Renewable energy sources are variable, with solar panels at about 20% efficiency and wind power reaching up to 50%. As for environmental impact, renewables are the clear winners. They emit no greenhouse gases during operation and require no finite resources. Nuclear energy has a low carbon footprint but leaves behind hazardous waste. Fossil fuels are the biggest polluters, contributing significantly to global warming. Looking to the future, the potential of renewable energy is exciting. As technology improves and costs decrease, we can expect to see a greater shift towards these sustainable resources. So, how will you power your future? We've taken a whirlwind tour of the world of energy resources, but our journey doesn't have to end here. We've delved into the conundrum of energy, unraveled the tales of fossil fuels, and navigated the narrative of nuclear energy. We've also ignited the renewable revolution and compared the contenders in this energy extravaganza. It's clear that energy is more than just a buzzword. It's the force that powers our lives, our gadgets, and indeed our planet. From the fossil fuels that have fueled our past to the renewable resources shaping our future, understanding these energy types helps us make wise choices for ourselves and our world. So, what's your energy story? Are you a fossil fuel fan, a nuclear enthusiast, or a renewable revolutionist? The choice is yours. Make it wisely, and remember, the energy saga continues. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you want to keep exploring with us. Until next time, power on.